I'm a modern day Toltec, and so
What's it called?
I am a modern day Toltec. Toltec.
Toka?
Toltec.
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 Okay. Ah, Toltec.
Toltec. And so it's really about teaching yourself and understanding that you can have examples from teachers, but the wisdom comes from within you, and to awaken to your wisdom nature through your own experiences. Not everybody's going to have mystical experiences, so they won't have that capacity to teach that. I happen to have had many mystical experiences, so those are ideas that I share. That's what brings me into my role here. We, like from a Toltec perspective, we divide the body down the middle. We have the right-hand side and the left-hand side. Kind of like my necklace. Somewhere. My necklace has that yin-yang symbol, and is day and night.
Yes.
Is masculine and feminine.
Yes.
The right side and the left side. So we divide the body in the middle, and the right-hand side connects us with the 3D world, the everyday world. Our mind here needs to describe the world. Mountain and tree and clouds and cliff edge is dangerous, so don't fall off. So our mind masters a description of the world. And we project our ego in what we do. Now people, you'll talk to them and say, well, what do you do? And people say, well, I'm a carpenter, or I'm a healer, or musician, or a businessman. What we do in the world. Quite often spiritual people say, I'm not defined by what I do. It's like, I'm not defined by what I do. I say, well, what do you do? I'm not defined by it. Well, you're defined by how you do what you do. And so we're all defined in the 3D world. So the 3D world's about definitions. Tree, rock, mountain, human beings. Everybody's distinct and separate. So we're living in this description of this 3D world, a description of our mind that sees it as individual and separate. So this is our right-hand side. Our left brain crosses to our right side of our body. This is our male side of our body. And so the male side, all the tools are made for the right-handed man. If you were left-handed, they would make you be right-handed. They did not allow you to be left-handed because there was a fear, a superstition of the left-hand side. Here's the male and here's the female. And we've been living in a female's been repressed, male dominant cycle. The female's now getting her voice, but for the longest time, female's been repressed. Of course, that goes back to Old Testament times, and Adam and Eve ate the fruit, and the woman getting in trouble, doing the forbidden fruit, and the female's been punished. Go away! The bicyclers, erase that thought. Erase that thought. So the right-hand side, our rational mind, our ego invested in what we do. And when the sun goes down, we run out of energy. We go unconscious. When you're unconscious, you plug into the energy of the soul. You need that connection in order to wake up the next morning with energy. If you go 3 days with no sleep, it'll wreck most people's ego. Now some mystics sleep very little. They just meditate and go into the dream state consciously, and they don't go unconscious. They try to stay conscious as much as possible. But most of us human beings love our sleep, and then by healing and rejuvenating through our sleep, we can function in the day-to-day world. If you don't get enough rest, then you can be stressed out the next day. So our connection to the soul is unconscious, and then we dream. And so we have a dream mind and a rational mind. Rational mind is called the first attention. Dream mind is the second attention. We got to master this world first, and then work with our dream level. We need to bring our dreams down to earth and master this everyday world. An elder said to me once that if your dreams don't grow corn, don't follow it. If your dream doesn't grow corn, if your dream doesn't manifest something that nurtures your life, if it doesn't create something substantial for you, if your dream is meaningless, don't waste your time. So corn is like the sacred mother, and it feeds us and nurtures us. So growing the corn was a part of the spiritual practice, a ritual of a human being with the seed and the plant, and work with nature, and everything was a part of the sacred cycle. So our dreams are so important. or our rational mind. We have to have a balance of the two. When we are too dominated by one or the other, we can go out of balance. The rational mind can lie to you. The rational mind. Have you ever knew you should do something and you talk yourself out of it? You go, oh, I knew I should have done that. I talked myself out of it. Or somebody's been telling you stories and they're telling you lies. So the rational mind can lie to us. The dream mind, people drink the Kool-Aid, chase after a false belief system, a false guru, a false love, and feel delusional and lost because they believe in something false. So the dream mind can go too far that way, and the rational mind can go too far that way. And so first attention and the second attention need to come into the third attention and bring the sun energy down through the body. The third attention is our connection to the Great Spirit, to the higher mind. So the right hand is the 3D world, the physical world. The left hand, the dream level, is the fourth dimensional world. And then this is the fifth dimensional. In the astral level, people ask me, Rahilly, do you believe in hell? And I said, yes, I do. They say, no, that's just an invention the church made up to control people with fear. I said, well, the Maya and the Toltec speak of 13 heavens and 9 hells. So what is hell? Ever had a nightmare?
Mm-hmm.
It's not real, but when you're in it,
It's real.
it feels real. So when you're in those realms, they're not real, but when you're in it, it feels real. And a moment of time can be like eternity. You can spend an eternity in hell in 2 minutes, in a nightmare. So there's hell realms that are like guilt and shame and negative judgments and fears, different hell realms that people have to process through. And there's also the astral heavens. Like my fantasy is to have this house and this picket fence and have this car, and have this relationship and have this job. And that's a fantasy. And that's a heaven. That's a heaven realm fantasy. Fourth dimension. The fifth dimension is when we transcend the fantasies and the illusions and have clear awakening and direct perception of the divine. Clear perception. And it opens the door to the higher levels. So I believe this great awakening is going to be like a flare from the sun coming through, and it may come and shift us into the fourth dimension. We shift it in a moment. And you don't know you've crossed over, because you're like this. You're just like, it's still your reality. I believe that when that wave comes, that the people who have bad karma are going to be taken off the planet, and that the people who have a good energy, who are awakened on a path of like shamanism or spiritual awakening, will come into enlightenment consciousness and will help teach other people how to live that. Now, it may be that some people who have bad karma may find themselves in astral plane, hell on earth. Maybe zombie apocalypse, things like that. You know how they have the zombies, Walking Dead? Maybe that they're creating this space because they have treated others wrong, they get stuck in a lower astral place on the earth. And they're having to live out that survival, Mad Max struggle on the earth. Others are moving into living. Now they're awakening, they can begin a dream. And what the Lord Jesus said, what I've done, you shall do in greater things. That at the end of the age, have no fear of the ending, but know that you're going to be set free, so rejoice. So that we can begin a dream, like children begin a dream and create beauty. And that those who are more advanced will manifest miracles. And the people can begin to, I think the electrical grid will go down and everything will be in upheaval, and the people will be gathered and calmed by the people who have spiritual wisdom and begin to learn how to use their minds and become intuitive and telepathic.